Welcome to Cosmopolitan Christ Church, India. We are at Cosmopolitan Christ Church, work together with Christ to spread the gospel, nothing but God's power, which can save the spiritual lives of Indians, Americans, British, German, Russian, and the Asians throughout the globe. We are at Cosmopolitan Christ Church, India, loves to serve and accommodate struck up foreigners in India without taking a single penny. Call us for more details to the number 7386005545.
Gentleness. Welcome back to Cosmopolitan Christ Church live streaming. How are you all? We are all praying for you, for your betterment of your lives, betterment of your health, betterment of all your livelihoods, dear Cosmopolitan Christ Church members. And today I was again at your screens with a newer dimensional God's Word, and I hope that you will be having a wonderful sermon time today. And today's topic is gentleness. And you and we are all know about this gentleness. Gentleness is behaving smooth, behaving good, showing a better good attitudes and all. But today God is going to talk with all of us about a newer gentleness, dear Cosmopolitan Christ Church member. That is family gentleness. And if you can see our lives, especially the man's life, and men always like to be gentle outside of their houses, outside of their families. They behave, otherwise they act, otherwise they pretend to be very gentle in front of so many outside people. But when they come to houses, when they come to families, when they talk to their wives, when they talk to their kids, entire their attitude, entire their way of talking, behaving will change rudely. Today I was talking about something which, as a Christian, otherwise as a believer, as a faith process fellow, we have to do something to our families. Till now, till today, what you did is past. All of your life you pretended, otherwise you acted as a gentleman, as a good personality, as a good person in front of so many people in the world. And you are thinking that if all of the people think that I am a gentleman, that is the majority and I am the gentleman. But today's God is talking to you that it is not your gentleness, it is not your gentlemanship if you only behave gentle with outside world, but the most important thing where you have to behave as a gentleman is your family, your house, your kids, your family members, dear Cosmopolitan Christ Church members. Cosmopolitan Christ Church members. If you go to scriptures today, Philippians 4th chapter 5th verse. Philippians 4th chapter 5th verse. Let your gentleness be apparent to all. Let your gentleness be apparent to all. That, and everybody think by seeing, by reading this word, that yes, as a Christian, as a believer, we always acting like a gentleman. Otherwise, we always acting like a gentleman to all. We are appearing like a gentleman to all. But here in this word, God is talking to you that you have to be gentle to all of the people who are depending upon you. All of the people who are depend upon you. And who are all depends upon you means the family, the kids, the wife. So entire your family attitude, entire your family's future, entire your family's build up will be depending upon your gentleness, dear Cosmopolitan Christ Church members. And if you are behaving rude with your family become rude, your kids become rude, and your wife become rude. So everything depend upon the men only. But we don't think so. We don't think so. We as a men, we feel that we go outside, work harder, and we keep up our attitudes good, and we will be pronounced as a well gentleman in the society, and that's it. And all the internal things in the family should be taken care of by wife itself. But wife also ready to take up the responsibilities. Otherwise, kids also ready to take up the responsibilities only when you are gentle to them. You cannot get anything by rudeness. You can demand everything from the family, but you can demand with love. You cannot demand with arrogance. You cannot demand with anger. So maybe by younger attitude, otherwise arrogant attitudes, you may be getting the results, you may be getting responses from your family, but ultimately end of the day that will be a big mess up, and that will be a big problem to your family, and you cannot able to find out where is the mistake. But the mistake all the men will be searching today in their lives is your attitude, your gentleness, otherwise your rudeness. So if you are going to be rude, the results will not show immediately, but the ultimate results will take some time, and the results will be very drastic, dear Cosmopolitan Christ Church member. And here Philippians 4:5, let your gentleness be apparent to all. If you are gentle towards your family will be good. If your family is good, your family will be shown up as a good family in the society. So you single-handedly cannot show your gentleness to the public, to the society. With all your family members, you show your gentleness, so that you will be a model to every family. You will be a model to every families in your neighborhood, dear Cosmopolitan Christ Church members. And if you go to Proverbs 15th chapter, first verse, if you go to Proverbs 15th chapter, first verse, a gentle answer turns away wrath. A gentle answer turns away wrath. Wrath means extreme conditions, and extreme conditions means out of our control conditions. And so many times we will be talking about this point. See, the situation is out of my hand. What can I do? What can I do? If the situation is in my hand, I will do anything. But the situation already gone out of my hand. But who did that situation? Who bring that situation? You only brought that situation. A gentle answer turns away wrath. So the gentleness, the word itself is for men, but sometimes we feel that the gentleness, the smoothness, the love, and whatever prettier things belongs to women. But God is talking to you, dear Cosmopolitan Christ Church members, that the gentleness word only belongs to men, and you must be gentle, and you must be gentle to your wife, you must be gentle to your kid, and whatever kind of people they are. Maybe sometimes your wife seems to be very rude at you. Otherwise, sometimes your kids may be sometimes rude at you. Yeah, things will happen like that because the situations demand. But as the head of your family, as the head of the family, you have to take all the situation in control. The situations will differ. Sometimes your wife will frustrate with so many internal things, and she may answer rudely, but she may comment rudely. But at that point, God is telling you, please give a gentle answer to your wife. Maybe your wife will be rude, but if you give a gentle answer, the extreme conditions, the breakup of the family, otherwise the destroyment of the family, otherwise the dangerous situations in the family will be turned away, So you are the main point, you are the main focus in the family. Men is the main focus on the family. Fathers are the main focus on the family. And that's what God is talking to you. A gentle answer turns away wrath. And sometimes our kids will grow up. And when they're growing up, they have different psychological feelings. Otherwise, they have some different attitudes when they grown up. And depending upon their attitudes, otherwise depending upon their friendship networks, depending upon their society mingleness, they may be rude at you, but that is not permanent. And when the kids going to be mature, they feel very pity about their situations. But if the kids are rude at you as a father, you have to give a gentle answer to them, so that they may not destroy the family structure, dear Cosmopolitan Christ Church members. And if you go to 1 Timothy 2nd chapter 8th verse, 1 Timothy 2nd chapter 8th verse, I desire then that in every place the men should pray, lifting holy hands, without anger or quarreling. Without anger and quarreling. That he was telling, God is telling that you are the mainly one person. The man should pray. But in our Christian lives, in our Christian families, we feel that wife should pray. Wife must pray and I go out and work. But here God is deliberately, specifically telling that you should pray, because by seeing you, your wife will learn. By seeing you, your kids will learn. By seeing you, entire your family will learn. So if you start praying, if you start behaving gentle, all of your family members behave gentle. All of your family members will start praying. And if all of your family members will start praying, wonderful things will happen in our family. Prayer is the power for our Christian lives, dear Cosmopolitan Christ Church. As you know, prayer has the power. So he was telling, if you started praying, your family will start praying. And lifting up holy hands. So you have to show your holy hands, dear Cosmopolitan Christ Church members. Man should lift up their hands. That means you have to assure a protection. You have to assure a shield by lifting your hands to your family in any dangerous situations. Sometimes your kids, sometimes your wife, sometimes your family feel very neglected. Sometimes your family feel very dangerously backed up by so many evil forces. So that is the time where you have to lift up your hands and show the Christ to the family. Don't worry. Our Father, our Christ will be there, who will be protecting us. And all the difficulties which we are facing is a temporary thing. And beyond that, we have a lot of happiness. That is the thing you have to lift up. The lifting up hands assures a protection to everybody. If you see so many political people, otherwise so many celebrity people lift up their hands, that shows a sign of connectivity, that shows a sign of love. So if you can show your family the connectivity, in so many families the connectivity will not be there. The family, whole family, father, mother, daughter, son, whatever the family, they will be staying in one room, otherwise one apartment, but hardly they will talk each other. Situations are like that. Everybody have their own personal world, and they can't able to talk to each other even in a single situation for one day, dear Cosmopolitan Christ Church. If you can see so many newly married couple nowadays, and these couple are working from home during this pandemic, and 24/7 they will be working on their laptops, and they hardly have time to talk each other. They hardly have time to love each other. Maybe they are having a lot of lacks of packages, but they don't have the connectivity. If they don't have the connectivity, that's where the problem arising. Their earning lacks. They have best possible employment. They are working for a best possible MNCs, but sometimes, some days ago, some months ago, we can hear the news that the family was broken. Why? And we can think that they have a lot of family background, and they have good jobs, and they have good luxury, but why they broke up? This is the thing, they don't have the connectivity. If the family was not connected together, whatever worldly luxuries you have, whatever worldly riches you have, whatever worldly wealth you have, all these things cannot protect your family, dear Cosmopolitan Christ Church member. Only as a man, as the God is telling you, you should pray, lift up your hands without anger and quarreling. So if you can see, as a man, we have so much of attitude. We feel that we are the alphas. Yes, you are the alpha, but you are the alpha for the world. You go out, you work hard, you do whatever thing. You are the alpha in the world, but you are not alpha in your family. You are the take carer of your family. So if you take whatever animal you take bear, you take lion, you take cheetah, whatever wild animals they are, they go out in the jungle and they fight like anything and bring the food, and the ferociousness, the cruelty, what they showed outside the forest, they won't show inside the house. Whatever they brought, whatever flesh they brought, they will serve that flesh to their kids with lot of love, lot of affection. Lion is cruel, but lion was not cruel to kids, their cubs. Dear Cosmopolitan Christ Church members, God is talking to you and me that you may be a man, but you are a man to world, but you are a father to your kids, you are a husband to your wife. So you must be a role model to your family first, and afterwards only you can be a role model to the world, dear Cosmopolitan Christ Church member. And this is Kumar signing off from Cosmopolitan Christ Church live streaming, and I will be back tomorrow at the same time with a newer dimensional sermons. And as I'm telling, yes, we are getting the responses, and we are going to distribute all the multivitamin tablets who are all asking for us. And tomorrow we are planning to send some multivitamin tablets to BHL, where our sister is working for us, and she will be, Lakshmi madam will be distributing all the multivitamin tablets to the surrounding area. And I urge, if anybody is in need, don't hesitate to comment in the comment section with all your details, with pin code and phone number. Definitely we will be contacting you. And if you are a foreigner, dear brother, if you are a foreigner, dear sister, we are here to support you. We don't have any riches, we don't have any wealth, but still we have the network in Christ. And if you are struck up in India during this pandemic or during this corona danger, we are here to support you mentally. We are here to support you in all aspects, whatever you need, dear Cosmopolitan Christ Church members. And with this, I will be much waited to reach you tomorrow same time. Until then, God bless you abundantly. Thank you.
Welcome to Cosmopolitan Christ Church, India. We at CC Church work together with Christ to breathe the gospel, nothing but God's power, which can save the spiritual life of Indians, American, British, German, Russian, and Asian.
Throughout the globe, we at CC Church India love the service at accommodating track up foreigner in India without taking a single penny. Call us for more details. +91 73 86 00 5545. Now Cohort, Prasanna will be sharing the word of Christ, which is God's power.